If I had a nickel for every post-nuclear game set in Britain, I'd have two. Alright, so I was browsing Steam, not even looking for something in particular. Just wanted to see what was out there. Then I saw this game, Atomfall. At first I thought, oh shit, British Fallout? And while the game definitely looks the part, on closer inspection my next thought was, oh shit, British Stalker? And while in some regards that observation was kind of true, Atomfall has to be played in order to fully see what it's trying to do. The premise of the game is most similar to S.T.A.L.K.E.R, being based on another real-life nuclear disaster, this time being the Windscale Fire, a fire which broke out at the Windscale Piles, located in the Lake District region of Cumbria, on October 10th, 1957, which burned for 3 days and released radioactive fallout into the air, which rapidly spread across Britain and the rest of Europe. In this timeline, the disaster was, I want to say much worse, but knowing the game's story and comparing it to radioactive dust that was linked to causing hundreds of cancer cases in the decades following,
Spoilers.
The disaster led to the British Army being deployed and a quarantine zone being erected around the region. The game takes place 5 years after the initial disaster, and it is your character's job to figure out what exactly happened and how to escape. In terms of tone, the game isn't really like S.T.A.L.K.E.R. It's less grim Eastern European depressing mixed with dark comedy and more like We Happy Few mixed with Fallout. I don't know if that's a good assessment. This game has its fair share of dark story elements for sure, but none of them are eating a rat while balls high levels of fucked up. Let me just get this out of the way and say, wow, this game is beautiful. Honestly, bravo, Rebellion. The art style is kind of similar to modern Fallout, a sort of Atom Punk light, if you will. Although the game is a lot more green, like less desolate wasteland and more reclamation of nature. But what I will say is Rebellion managed to make a more aesthetically pleasing main battle tank than Bethesda, so bonus points for that. Besides a few minor things, that's about where the similarities end between the two, as gameplay takes a much more hardcore approach. Crafting is a big part of this game, and recipes for healing supplies and throwable weapons like petrol bombs, sticky grenades, and nail bombs can be found across the world space, which we will cover in a moment. Combat, at least when you play it on the recommended difficulty, is kind of like S.T.A.L.K.E.R. in the sense that you are very vulnerable. There is no armor, and to offset damage taken, you will either need to take painkillers, poison cures, or burn salve, or unlock perks by collecting these training stimulants, basically perk points that are scattered all over the world space and give you a reason to explore. The inventory is similar to S.T.A.L.K.E.R. in that you have a backpack which holds your main gear. There are 4 large slots. These hold your large melee weapons, rifles, shotguns, submachine guns, and bows, while pistols, smaller edged weapons, healing supplies, and quest items take up your 12 remaining small slots. While this can be seen as annoying, it made me rely on the environment and looting corpses more, trying to scavenge food to keep my health up. You shouldn't expect nor require your character to be at full health at all times. A lot of the time you may have to just settle for half or even quarter health. Turning our attention to the main world space, it is split up between 3 regions, Slatendale, Casterfell Woods, and Skithermore, all connected by 2 hub areas, one being a fictional village called Wyndham, and the other a bunker complex called the Interchange. The world of Atomfall is small, but well designed. Trying to think of a comparison, I really can't. This isn't something I've seen in a game before, but it doesn't mean I won't try. Well, it's kind of like Wolfenstein 2009? Okay, not the best comparison, but having a village be the main hub of both games does help me make one. And honestly, the Interchange could be seen like the DC Metro from Fallout 3, and heck, even the large doors to the bloody thing give me Fallout Vault vibes. So overall, is Atomfall just British Stalker? No. Well, kind of. Atomfall is a game that wears its influences on its chest. And while it's easy to draw comparisons, I truly believe Atomfall's biggest strength is in its differences. We already have a British Fallout game. It's called Fallout London, and it's absolutely fantastic. Atomfall, on the other hand, is interested in being its own thing while homaging its influences. Things I do have an issue with are the game's lack of any real time progression. It's kind of just eternally day. I guess they took the saying, the sun never sets on the British Empire, literally. I also feel like something is missing. Like there was supposed to be a 4th region that was cut to meet a deadline or something. Although nothing really confirms this. So I highly recommend you give Atomfall a chance. I know these kinds of survival games aren't everyone's jam, but you might find yourself sticking around if you do give it a shot. Rebellion is also advertising a story expansion, which, if it is significant enough, I will cover. Anyway, thanks for watching, and just a few things before I sign off. First thing being, my apology if this video's sound mixing is absolute balls. I have an ear infection right now, so it's hard to hear things properly. Secondly, if you want another opinion on Atomfall, I highly recommend a channel called Ramble Lime. He makes content related to Fallout and other RPGs, and he made a review of Atomfall, spoiler free of course. And lastly, I honestly didn't think I'd be making more videos like the Zion Trail review. The one about the Constitution was more of an opinion piece and how I disagree with most of Reddit, but this type of analytical video is pretty new to me, but honestly, it's been pretty fun. So anyway, thank you for watching, and if you have any other recommendations for video topics, feel free to drop them below. If you're interested in my newer content, I have some videos on the screen that are pretty similar to the style of this one. So with that all said, I'll hopefully see you around.